Hello. I haven't filmed anything spoken so far today, and I thought I should probably start this at some point, but it is currently 1:30 in the afternoon. I worked this morning and then I had a dental appointment that I had to go to, so I took a bit of a break over lunchtime. Now we're getting back into work, but I just wanted to start off this video. I basically have a very busy work week this week, and I thought I would try and film as much as possible because I don't know, that's kind of what I always do. I film my PhD and I film what I'm doing, and I thought, why not film this week? Because there's a lot of things that are happening this week and a lot of moving bits, and I also am trying to finish writing a chapter, so we're going to see if that's possible, because I'm going away to a conference next Monday. So in a week today I'll be in London, which is quite exciting, but it means that I'm trying to get as much done as possible before then. So I just thought I'd say hello, welcome to the video, and yeah, let's get working. In case you don't know, I am studying medieval history at the University of Tübingen, and I am nearing the end of my PhD. I have 2 sources and I'm currently working on the last source, and I just have 2 chapters left. So everything you're going to see in this video is me writing my second to last chapter. I've done a brilliant job of filming today. I filmed some work I was doing earlier and then pretty much just got stuck into stuff, but I finished off some emails and organizational stuff that I had to do for this conference that I am planning for next year, and a conference that I'm attending next year, both of which had some things that needed to be sent off today. And then I just got to, sorry, I've got my screen just above you, which is what I'm looking at, but I then started working on my chapter, which is the one that I need to finish this week, and I got some more work done on it. I'm now up to 30 pages, which is very exciting. I'm estimating it's going to be about 50-ish pages when I finally finish it, which means I need to write 10 pages in like 5 days, and I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm going to try my best. My biggest problem at the moment is that I'm actually just really struggling to find information on, or like secondary literature on this one time period that I'm writing on, and I don't know what I'm missing, because there's quite a lot in the primary sources on this time period, but it kind of feels like in all of the secondary sources that I'm reading, they kind of just say, oh yeah, there was 10 years where the Lombards didn't have kings, and because of how chaotic it was, they then got to the end of their 10 years and decided to elect a king. And it was one of these, like, I don't know, nobody really talks about what the people are doing in these 10 years when it's supposedly chaos and there's lots of infighting as well as fighting neighboring nations and all that kind of thing. So I don't know, my biggest problem at the moment is that I need to be writing about this, but I'm struggling to find literature that has been written on it. So I'm going to have a look maybe tonight through, maybe there's just more literature in German and Italian than there is in English, and that's why I'm struggling to find it. So I need to be doing like an Italian lit review or German lit review. So I don't know, I'm gonna do that. But I've just been going through, I basically made this, I can show you what I normally do, where I make this gigantic like document of all of my notes and everything that I've read from the secondary sources, and I've gone through and I finished this segment on Hospitius. So I'm going to make a new tab in the document and start moving all of that stuff there, because it's kind of daunting when I'm constantly looking at this and it's like, oh, it's 21 pages just of notes, whereas a lot of it is crossed out as soon as I do it. And so I thought, if I move it out, put it elsewhere, then this will slowly minimize, or it will slowly diminish, and then it will be easier as well to find the notes because I don't have to accidentally reuse stuff that I've already talked about. So yeah, we've got this over here. This is the chapter. I've got all my highlights and stuff that I still need to do, but I think it's going well. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep working until dinner time. We've got dinner on at the moment. We actually just went for a walk to the shops to go pick up some stuff because we realized we didn't have anything for dinner. So that's on at the moment in the pressure cooker. I'm just gonna work a bit more until that's ready. He's coming. You'll see him coming. He's not coming, but you can see him just there. As I keep saying over and over again in this video, this week was so busy, and so I spent a lot of time studying in random places in between meetings. But because of how busy this week was, it actually got me thinking about everything that's happening between now and the end of my thesis. And so while I did work on this day, as you can currently see, I also had the idea to print out a 2026 calendar so I can start marking out every time that we're traveling, every time I'm going to a conference that I know about so far, because if it's in my head, it makes me feel like there's so much going on and I can't possibly get it done. But when it's down on paper and I see it, it actually feels doable. Look at the mist. Oh my gosh. This is actually insane. Like when I cycle to work. Oh my gosh. Also, it's totally lovely now. Will you simply freeze? Don't you worry, let me throw you up, 'cause I think I know where you always stuck. Hello. I haven't talked too much in the last couple of days because I've just been very busy. On Monday, worked 7 hours. Tuesday, worked 6 3/4. And then yesterday, which was Wednesday, worked 9.5. It's been a busy week. I have had lots of appointments every day until today, which has been kind of difficult because like I'm having to work around those appointments. And like on Tuesday I had 2 appointments. So it was a bit much, but we managed to get there and managed to get it done. I worked as much as I could and then just pulled a really long day yesterday to try and account for the first 2 days where I didn't work as much. But I am at 33 pages. I've read a whole bunch. I think I had some clips of me reading a bunch, like at the dentist while I was waiting for Luke and a bunch of different places. And I've read a bunch and now I'm trying to convert that to writing. And I think I have an idea of how I want to approach it, which is good. It's just like, I'm finding it hard to put it down on paper because this paper that I'm writing is very much to do with military history and why these things were happening, and it's just nothing I've ever done before. I do a lot of like miracle stories and the supernatural and kind of like the veneration of specific people, but the military stuff is just not really what I've done before, and it's not something that I'm not enjoying. Like I am enjoying it, it's just a lot of new things that I'm doing, and so I feel like it's just going a bit slower than what I'm used to. But yeah, I'm in the office today. I've pretty much been in the office every single day this week because it's just, I'm finding it so much easier to separate work life when I can just come in here, work for a really, really long time, and then go home and just have the rest of the evening. The rest of the evening being like 9 p.m. at night. I'm also supposed to be going to the gym. I'm like doing a running plan at the moment, and the next thing on the list for the running plan is a long run, which is going to take me like an hour and a half, which I'm not very excited for. I am kind of excited for it. It gives me an excuse to listen to my audiobook because I just listen to audiobooks when I run. But it's one of those things where I'm currently trying to focus on getting this done before I go to my conference next week. And it's hard to do that and think about carving out an hour and a half of time for going for like just a run. And I know that sounds really silly, like it's not just a run, it's something that helps me clear my head so that I can work better because I'm actually taking a break. But it still feels difficult to justify like an hour and a half. But I'm trying really hard to commit to this running plan and stuff, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, things are going well, I think. Like I said, I've got 33 pages. I don't actually know how many words that is. 12,500. So not much further beyond like one of the previous clips that I did. But I will check in again in terms of page count at the end of the day and see how much that I get done now that I'm actually writing. So yeah, just wanted to check in and actually say I am still existing. I'm not just taking clips of me doing things. But yeah.
I was lost without any direction. Had a line so many times, but I needed attention. No matter what I say, no matter my regrets, things still been said and done.
Good morning. It is Saturday and it is 10:10 a.m. and I have barely spoken this whole video. I've honestly felt so slammed this whole week, and I haven't really felt like I have the, I don't know, capacity to talk, which is really silly, but it's felt like something that's just felt like I've just been on the grind, go, and I am halfway out the door before I realize that I didn't say good morning, or I'm packing up at the office ready to head home and just don't think about talking about where I'm going next and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been it's been a week. I'm currently sitting at, I think I took a clip last night, I'm currently sitting at 41 hours and 53 minutes of work this week so far. It's a lot. And it's a lot considering how many meetings I've had this week, in terms of we went to the dentist twice, once for me, once for Luke, and we had an appointment at the foreigner's office, and there's just been meeting after meeting after meeting. So it's been a lot, but I feel like I'm proud of myself for being able to stay on top of it considering all that. I have not finished writing. The goal was to try and finished today, if not yesterday, and that has obviously not happened. I'm still sat at my desk and the timer is still on. I realized that this chapter is so much bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I genuinely thought that I'd written all of the primary source material and I was just going to go through and add in the secondary source to try and add meaning to everything and interpreting all that. But I kind of got a little bit sidetracked when I started the secondary source material, because a lot of people were referring to another primary source from the time that provides a different perspective. And I realized that I should probably be doing that as well, especially because, in my opinion, some of the people who I was reading have misinterpreted the other primary source. And so I decided that it's on me to go and figure it out if I disagree with them. So I have spent the whole of this week trying to sort that out, and I feel like it's coming along, but out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts, I'm only up to 6. Part 6. Oh my gosh. And theoretically it should start going quicker now, because I've gone back over the primary source and I have a method for what I'm doing now, and I've got all of the books that I need, but there's no way I'm getting it done this weekend. There's just too much to do. And so I'm just gonna work what I can today and then finish up and try and maybe write some notes for myself on what I need to do when I get back, because I always find after taking a long break off it's really hard to get back in. And so I'll write myself some notes, and then tomorrow I'm just going to take the day off because I need to pack and get the house sorted, and I'm on music, so I need to practice, and yes, there's just a lot to do, and then we go away on Monday. So I'm currently trying to decide whether I want to work or not in the UK, or if I want to take a break before my conference starts. We've got 2.5 days, and honestly I'm feeling like I need a break because I don't think I can sustain this for much longer. I'm tired, you know. It's been a really long week. It's been a long time. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working. Luke is currently at work, so I'm waiting for him to get back before we have breakfast, and then gonna take a quick breakfast break and then get back into it. So yeah, I actually went for my run last night. I'm doing a running plan. Well, sometime this week I had to have my long run, and I didn't know when to do it, but I decided that this week's been really long, and so I wanted to take out last night for myself. And the run was estimating that I was going to need an hour and a half to do, so I really set out some time for it, And I did it, and I'm feeling really good. Like, my DOMs are really bad. I'm in a lot of pain, but it feels really nice to have like stepped away from the computer and moved my body and do something that I was working towards. So yeah, feeling good about that, and I'm glad that I did that yesterday so that today I can get back into things and kind of have one thing off the weekend checklist done so that I don't have to think about it anymore. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna start working, and I will catch up with you soon. Classic Michaela, I did not finish this video, I did not finish this chapter, and so while I worked as much as I could for the rest of this day, I was just thinking so much about London, and so I worked, and then I started packing because I knew that Sunday was going to be a really busy day, but I did actually end up finishing this chapter later on. So after the London trip, which I did film, I'll take you through everything. It ended up taking so much more time than I expected, but I'll talk all about that in the next video. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this view into my life as a PhD student, and I'll see you with another video very soon.